Hello, today let us look at Sandhi, and in today's video I will be only doing Kannada Sandhi. Now when we are talking, we are telling a sentence. For example, when we are telling a sentence, we give a small gap in between the words so that there is clarity in understanding what we are trying to tell. If you tell all the words together, there will be no clarity. Nobody will understand what you are trying to tell. So there is a small pause in between the words. But when you try to put two words together as one word, then you will not pause anywhere. So that is what is the definition of Sandhi. Now let us look at the definition in Kannada, then I'll explain. ಎರಡು ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳು ಪರಸ್ಪರ ಯಾವ ಕಾಲ ವಿಳಂಬವೂ ಇಲ್ಲದೆ ಸೇರುವುದು ಎಂದು ಅರ್ಥ. ಕಾಲ ವಿಳಂಬ means pause. You're giving a small time pause. So without any time pause, when you are trying to join two words and pronounce them, then a sandhi is formed. So for example, let us look at the two words which is there in the example here. Mara, Annu. They are two separate words. So Mara, and we give a small pause and we say Annu. But I want to pronounce them as a single word. So I will not give that slight time pause. I will just tell it as Maravannu. So they are put together without a time pause. So if two alphabets join together without any time lapse or pause, that is called as Sandhi. Now Sandhi, what we are doing in Sandhi is we are joining one word with another word. So the first word is called as Purvapada and the second word is called as Uttarapada. For example, if we look at the example here, Mara is the first word. So this will be called as Purvapada. And Annu is the second word and this will be called as Uttarapada. Okay. Then Sandhi can either be Swara Sandhi or Vyanjana Sandhi. So what do you mean by this? Swara Sandhi or Vyanjana Sandhi? For example, let us again take this thing only as example. So when you say Mara, how will you split Mara? You will split it as M plus A plus R plus A. Okay. And Annu, how you will split? You will split it as A plus N plus N plus U. So here, how you will tell it as Swara Sandhi is the last alphabet of the first word. What is the first word here? Mara. And what is the last alphabet? After we split, it becomes like this. The last alphabet is A. And what is A? A is a Swara. Now let us look at the second word. Here it is Annu. So it is starting. So the first word is ending with a Swara. And the second word starts with a Swara. So then it will become Swara Sandhi. Okay, both are Swaras. The first word is ending with a Swara and the second word is starting with a Swara. So it is called as Swara Sandhi because both of them have Swaras in them. Sometimes it so happens that the first word may also end with a Vyanjana. Later when I am explaining Adesha Sandhi, we can see that. So when the first word it can end with a Swara or it can also end with a Vyanjana. Okay. First word is ending with a Vyanjana and the second word will start with a Vyanjana. That will be called as Vyanjana Sandhi. The last alphabet of the first word can end with a Vyanjana and the first alphabet of the second word will be a Vyanjana. Then you will get Vyanjana Sandhi. So these are the two types. You can have a Swara or a Vyanjana Sandhi. Then that is one division, Swara or Vyanjana Sandhi. Then we also have Kannada Sandhi or Samskrita Sandhi. And Kannada Sandhi can either be a Swara Sandhi or a Vyanjana Sandhi. Similarly, Samskrita Sandhi can also be either a Swara Sandhi or a Vyanjana Sandhi. So, the Swara Sandhi or Vyanjana Sandhi is common for both types, Kannada Sandhi and Samskrita Sandhi. Now, what is Samskrita Sandhi? So, Kannada has derived many words from Sanskrit. Sanskrit language, it has derived many words. So if we are trying to join such words, like for example the word Suryodaya. Surya is a Sanskrit name for sun, because in Kannada we tell sun as Ravi. So Surya and Udaya, these both are actually Sanskrit words derived. Kannada has derived them. So if you have words like that which come from the Sanskrit origin and we form a sandhi out of them, then such words, that such a sandhi where the two words are joined which have been derived from the Sanskrit origin, then they form the Samskrita sandhi. Otherwise it will be Kannada sandhi. Today in this video we will just look at Kannada Sandhi. And in Kannada Sandhi there are three types. They are Lopa Sandhi, Agama Sandhi and Adesha Sandhi. So we are going to look at these three Sandhis in today's video. Now before we look into the Sandhi, let us understand one thing called as the Sandhi Karya. So Sandhi Karya. Now what are we doing? In Sandhi, now we understood that we are joining two words without a time pause. So the joining of two words, when you join two words, there will be some change. Okay, there will be either some change in the Purva Pada or the Uttara Pada. So the change that occurs when you are forming Sandhi, that is called as Sandhi Karya. So let us look at the definition here in Kannada, Sandhi Karya. ಸಂಧಿಯಾದಾಗ ಸಂಧಿಸಿದ ಅಕ್ಷರಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಉಂಟಾಗುವ ವ್ಯತ್ಯಾಸ. So when sandhi takes place, the change that happens in the alphabets is called as sandhi karya. Vyatyasa means the change. Some change, the alphabets undergo some change. That is called as sandhi karya. And vyatyasa means change. Now let us look at the definition here. Same thing is explained in English. When two words join to make one word, the changes that occur in the alphabets is called as sandhi karya. Now let's first look at Lopa Sandhi. Okay, first the definition of Lopa Sandhi. Swarada munde swaravu bandu sandhiyaguva ಪೂರ್ವ ಪದದಲ್ಲಿರುವ ಅರ್ಥವು ಕೆಡದಿದ್ದ ಪಕ್ಷದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತ್ರ ಲೋಪವಾಗುವುದು. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಲೋಪ ಸಂಧಿ ಎಂದು ಹೆಸರು. So first, ಸ್ವರದ ಮುಂದೆ ಸ್ವರ means the first word should end with a swara and the second word should start with a swara. That is the first condition. And when you join them together, the first word should not lose its meaning. Then we can form a Lopa Sandhi. That is only called as Lopa Sandhi. If a swara comes in front of the swara and the Purva Pada means the first word doesn't lose its meaning, then we get Lopa Sandhi. So let's see the definition here in English. When we are joining two words where the last alphabet of the first word and the first alphabet of the second word have swaras in them and the meaning of the first word is not lost, then Lopa Sandhi is formed. So what is the result of Sandhi Karya? We saw that Sandhi Karya is some change that occurs. So when you are doing this, so what will be the result of Sandhi Karya when you do a Lopa Sandhi is the last vowel of the first word. First word is now here Purva Pada. So the last vowel of the first word is removed and the first vowel of the second word gets added. We'll see the example, then it makes very easy sense. So now we have two words, Adu plus Isu. Now we have to join them together. But before that, let us first split these in Vyanjana and Swara form. So Adu, how we will write? A plus D plus U. And Isu, how we will write? E plus S plus U. So, now what is the first condition of the Lopa Sandhi? Swarada munde swara. Swarada munde swara means the first word should end with a swara and the second word should start with a swara. So that condition is met. And adu means play. So there is a meaning of that word also. Now we are going to do Sandhi Karya. So what is the result of the Sandhi Karya? The last vowel of the first word is removed. You can see here. The last vowel of the first word, that is Purvapada, is removed. And the first vowel of the second word, that is Uttarapada, gets added here. So finally what will happen? You will get it like this. A plus D, the U is removed. Plus E plus S plus U. So together it will become Adisu. So here what happened? The first, the last swara, that is U, got removed from the first word. See, the thing is explained here. The first word is ending with the vowel U and the second word is starting with the vowel E. When they are joining to form a word, the last vowel of the first word is removed and the first vowel of the second word got added to the first word. So you get Adisu. Similarly, we'll look at few examples here. Now, bere plus obba. Now, bere, it is ending with A. And obba is starting with O. But when you join together, it becomes ber obba. What happened here? The A got removed. So, you will split it as B plus A plus R plus A. Then plus the second word now. O plus B plus B plus A. So according to our Sandhi Karya, this will be removed and this will get added to R. So it will become Be. This O gets added to R. Ro. And this will become Ba. Berobba. So here A got removed. Similarly, Matu plus Illa. Here Matu, U, it is ending with U and E gets added here. So it becomes Matilla. Okay. So this is Lopa Sandhi. So once again I will just quickly recap what is Lopa Sandhi. If the first word, that is Purvapada, ends with a swara and the second word, that is Uttarapada, that starts with a swara and the meaning of the first word is not lost, then Lopa Sandhi is formed. Then it is called as Lopa Sandhi. Now, next one is, what is the Sandhi Karya when the Lopa Sandhi happens? The Sandhi Karya is the first word, that is Purvapada's last vowel. Purvapada's last vowel is removed and the Uttarapada's first vowel gets added. So that is also, Lopa means something to disappear or something getting lost. That is why the name is also Lopa Sandhi. Because the first word's last swara is getting disappeared, means removed. So that is why Lopa Sandhi gets formed. Now next one is Agama Sandhi. Now let us look at Agama Sandhi. ಸ್ವರದ ಮುಂದೆ ಸ್ವರವು ಬಂದಾಗ ಲೋಪ ಸಂಧಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅರ್ಥವು ಕೆಡುವಂತಿದ್ದಲ್ಲಿ ಆ ಎರಡು ಸ್ವರಗಳ ಮಧ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಯಕಾರವನ್ನು ಅಥವಾ ವಕಾರವನ್ನು ಹೊಸದಾಗಿ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಹೇಳುತ್ತೇವೆ. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಗಮ ಸಂಧಿ ಎನ್ನುವರು. ಸೊ ಸೇಮ್ ಥಿಂಗ್. If there is a swarada munde swara bandaga means the first word should end with a swara and the second word should start with a swara. But what was the definition of Lopa Sandhi? The first word should not lose its meaning. But in case the first word is losing its meaning, then we cannot apply Lopa Sandhi. Then we have to put a ya or a va in between. And that is only the definition of Agama Sandhi. So let's look at the definition here in English. When two words are joined applying Lopa Sandhi and it results in a word having no meaning, then while joining we either add ya or va in between the words. So the result of Sandhi Karya is, what is the result? So while joining the two words, we either add ya or va in between. In between the first word, that is Purva Pada and the Uttara Pada. Okay. So this also, see, so now Lopa Sandhi and Agama Sandhi are called as Swara Sandhis. Okay, because in both the cases, the first word is ending with a Swara and the second word is starting with a Swara. Okay, now let us look at the example here, then you will understand more better. So, Tene Annu. Okay, Tene Annu when you are trying to join. Then, Tenannu it will become if you are trying to apply Lopa Sandhi, which has no meaning. So you cannot apply Lopa Sandhi. So here what we are doing, we are getting a year or a here in this case year got added. So when you join them together, we will not say tenannu. Okay, we cannot apply Lopa Sandhi and tell the word as tenannu. It has no meaning. The word has no meaning. So what we have to do, we have to put a a in between. Tene and annu, we have to put a e. It's a root consonant. Okay, it's not a full consonant ear. This is a root consonant. So the u will get added with a, and then it will become ya, and it will become tene yannu. Similarly, magu and ige. Again here we will add va in between. Magu Vige it will become. Again, va is in its root form. Okay, it is not full va. It is just v. This is just u. Okay, these both alphabets are in their root form. They will get added with the first swara here. So it will become Vige, Magu Vige. Here also, u plus a will become ya. Teneyannu. Now you will have a doubt. How will I know when I should add ya or when I should have had va in between the words? So you can just have certain rules in your mind. So when to add ya. Now let us look at when to add the root form ya. So if the first word ends with the following a, e, I. Okay. If it's ending with any of these swaras, a, e, I, okay, and the second word starts with a swara. That swara, it can be any swara. Then add u in between the words. So let us look at some examples, then we'll understand. So if you take this example, the first one, it's ending with e, right? The first word is ending with E. And the second word is starting with A as a swara. So, Giri plus Annu. So, it is satisfying this rule because the first word is ending with E. So, you will add Giri Annu. Okay. Now, let us look at one more example. Mai plus Annu. Mai, it's ending with I. That also is satisfied here. So, you will add Ya in between. So you should just remember this. If the first word is ending with a, I, then add ya. Then same thing you can take this also. Me plus isu. Me, it is a. So it is here. A is there. It is ending with a. So you will add ya in between. Me isu. Okay. So these are examples of when to add ya. Just remember the rule that the first word should end with a, I. Then you can add ya in between. Now when to add v. So here there are lot of conditions, but condition 1 and 2 are the most important. So first condition is if the first word ends with u, ru and o. Okay. Ru and o, and the Uttarapada starts with any verb, any vowel, then you will add va in between. So let us take an example here. Go plus annu. So go, o. See, it is ending with o here. So you will add va in between. Then matru, tr, it is ending with ru here. So matruvannu. Okay. Now condition 2. If the first word ends with a and the second word starts with a, then also va will be added in between. If you see here, hola, hola, la, it will end with a, and annu, both are a. So verb is coming in here. Holavannu, nelavannu. Okay. So this is the Agama Sandhi. Now once again I will just quickly recap what is Agama Sandhi. So if the first word ends with a swara and the second word starts with a swara, but the first word is losing its meaning or the result is meaningless, the word has no meaning, then we cannot apply Lopa Sandhi. Then we will we will either add a y or a v in between. So that is called as Agama Sandhi. Agama means entry. And what is happening? A new alphabet, a new Vyanjana is getting entered. It will either be Ya or Va. So that is why it is called as Agama. Agama means entry of something new. Lopa, as I told you, Lopa means something is getting lost. Right? Agama means something is coming in. Here in this case, y or v are coming in. That is why it is called as Agama Sandhi. So now we understood when we are joining the two words, either a ya or a va will get added. Then we saw the rules when to add ya and when to add va. So for year, what was the rule for year? If the word was ending with a, I, I. If the first word was ending with any of these swaras, then we will add ya in between. Then when to add va? Va had two conditions. One is if both the first word is ending with a and the second word is starting with a, then also we will put va. And then there is this condition here. If the first word is ending with u, ru and o. There are lot more conditions, but these two are the most important conditions. That is why I have listed them here. Okay, so now both Lopa and Agama, as we know, are Swara Sandhis. Okay, because the first word is ending with a Swara and the second word is starting with a Swara. That is why they are called as Swara Sandhi. Now, as I mentioned earlier, sometimes the first word might also end with a Vyanjana. Okay. See here the first word ends with a swara and the second word starts with a vyanjana, or the first word ends with a vyanjana and the second word also starts with a vyanjana. Then we get the vyanjana sandhi. And the sandhikar, so that is why it is this name is vyanjana sandhi. And there is one Kannada Sandhi which is a vyanjana sandhi, that is the Adesha Sandhi. So what will happen is in Adesha Sandhi, when we are doing the Sandhi Karya, one Vyanjana will replace another Vyanjana. Like K will be replaced with G. T will be replaced with D. Okay, that is why it is called a Vyanjana Sandhi, because it is replaced with a Vyanjana. So we will see the definition of Adesha Sandhi. ಸಂಧಿ ಆಗುವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರದ ಸ್ಥಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ಬೇರೊಂದು ಅಕ್ಷರವು ಬರುವುದೇ ಆದೇಶ ಸಂಧಿ ಎನಿಸುವುದು. So when they are joining together, instead of one, in place of one vyanjana, one more vyanjana comes. Okay, if you see an example, you will understand. So here, when we are joining male plus kala, here what happens? See, ka has become ga. Ka is been replaced with ga, and you will tell it as Malegala. Okay, the Uttarapada, the second word is starting with a Vyanjana here. The first word is ending with a Swara, but the second word is starting with a Vyanjana. And what happens? Ka is replaced as ga. So when we are joining, ka becomes ga. Same thing here also. Betta plus tavare. When we join it together, ta is becoming da. Bettadavare. Okay. But see here, the first word, it is ending with swara only. Okay, betta. When you put split and write, it will end with a. So, first word is ending with a swara, but the second word is starting with a vyanjana. That is why it's a vyanjana sandhi. And tha is replaced with da. Same thing here also. Kan plus pani. Pani becomes ba. Pa becomes ba here. So, it becomes kambani. So, Katapa are replaced by Gadaba in Adesha Sandhi. So, now just a quick recap. Kannada Sandhi, we have Swara Sandhi and Vyanjana Sandhi. The first two, Lopa and Agama, are Swara Sandhis, and Adesha is a Vyanjana Sandhi. Now we have a little activity here to do. I will just do a few of them. So, Ninnottige. How will you split this? We will split it as Ninna plus Ottige. So what happened here? Ninna, is lost. So this is a Lopa Sandhi. Ninnottige becomes Yenenu. So this you will split as Yenu plus Yenu. Again the U is lost here. And Yenenu it becomes. So this is also a Lopa Sandhi. Now let us take this. Kadu plus Ige. Kadige. This also is Lopa Sandhi. Take this. Mane. See. Mane plus, when you split this, we will split it as Kelasa. But the resulting is Mane Gelasa. So, this is Adesha Sandhi. Ka is replaced with Ga. Then, let us take this. Hola. Hola plus Annu. But when you are joining, it becomes Hola Vannu. So, this is a Agama Sandhi. Okay. Hanadase. Hanada plus Ase. Hanadase. Okay. Then you can take this. Meisal. May plus Isu. May plus Isu, but here got added. So this is a Agama Sandhi. Kangettu. Kannu plus Kettu it will become. So Kangettu. So this is a Adesha Sandhi. Okay. So you can practice, and now using the rules you practice, you should be able to do Sandhi, splitting